I'm going to explain this rule to you today, which is it's time somebody did something, or it's time for somebody to do something, okay? Пора что-то сделать кому-то, или пора, чтобы что-то было сделано. Существует два варианта, как можно сказать. Первое, it's time somebody did something, or it's time something did something. Здесь у нас глагол будет в прошедшем времени. Вот это очень необычно, отличается от русского. Пора что-то сделать. Глагол будет в past simple. Второй случай, второй вариант такого же предложения с таким же смыслом будет как по-русски. Пора для кого-то, пора кому-то сделать что-то. It's time for somebody to do something. So again, we've got some wonderful examples, Kate. Пора мне лететь в Англию. How can you say that?
It's time I flew to England.
It's time I flew to England. And what's the second version? Второй вариант. The second version.
It's time for me to fly to England.
It's time for me to fly to England. Excellent. Or for example, Ksenia, пора уходить из этой школы.
It's time school.
Из моей? Нет, из этой. Пора уходить из этой школы.
It's time I left this school.
That's it. It's time I left this school. Or
It's time for me to leave school.
that's it. It's time for me to leave this school. Excellent. It's time for me to leave this school. So our man is missing now. But if you were him, what would you say, Kirill? If you were him?
It's time for me to return to the cemetery.
It's time for me to return to the cemetery. Or
it's time I return to the cemetery.
it's time I returned to the cemetery. That's it. Think of your examples too, okay? Igor, here's an example for you. Пора нам поговорить.
It's time for us to talk, or it's time we talked.
It's time we talked, yeah. It's time for us to talk, or it's time we talked. And can you say the same, but with the verb speak, please?
It's time for us to speak, or it's time we spoke.
That's it. It's time we spoke about it. Excellent. Right? Do you have any other ideas? Well, Anvar, do you have an example for us?
Maybe something with Elon Musk.
Well, what does it say?
It's time for Elon Musk to send some sport cars into the space.
Into space.
Into space.
Yes, right. How can you translate it into Russian?
Самое время Илону Маску отправить несколько спорткаров в космос.
Почему спорткаров, а не спортивных машин? Там особое что-то, да?
Одно и то же, в принципе.
Sports cars into space. These sports cars, do they have wings? No?
Just sport car.
Is that from some film or from some game?
It's from last week.
From last week?
Yes.
And what was last week?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. This last week. Alright, well, I can only trust you. I can only trust you. Okay. So you said one version. What's the other version then?
It's time Elon Musk send sport car to the space.
Yeah, into space.
Into space.
Yeah, it's time Elon Musk sent car into space. Into space, that's right. Okay. Right, do you have your own examples? Пора нам заканчивать этот урок, for example.
It's time for you to send a lesson.
Not for you, for me, for us.
For us to send a lesson.
To finish the lesson, or?
Or to start the lesson. It's time we stopped the lesson.
Yes, it's time we stopped the lesson, or if you use the verb finish.
It's time we finished the lesson.
That's it, right, okay. So, or something like, пора твоему другу посмотреть этот фильм. How can you say that, Igor?
It's time for a friend to watch this film, or it's time your friend watched this film.
That's it, it's time your friend watched this film or saw this film, right? It's time your friend watched this film, or it's time your friend saw this film. It's time for your friend to see this film. It's time for your friend to watch this film. Either, yeah, there are several ways. Ksenia, something special. Пора нам послушать эту песенку. That's a good one. Пора нам послушать эту песню. Excellent. It's time for us, filming is going on. It's time for us to listen, yeah, come here. It's time for us to listen to this song, right? Or
it's time.
say hello to the camera.
No.
Hello, Daria Tretikova, one of our best teachers.
Sorry.
So it's
Time
time.
for we listen to the song.
That's it. It's time. We listened to the song. Correct? Yes. Well done. Very good. Kate, an example for you. What else can we have? For example, пора ей извиниться перед нами.
It's time for her to apologize to us.
Right. It's time for her to apologize to us. Or
It's time she apologized to us.
it's time she apologized to us. Correct. And the last one for you. Пора нам помочь ему.
It's time
For us.
for us to help him.
No. Be careful. It's time.
It's time for us to help him.
Right.
Or it's time us.
No, it's time. We
It's
look.
time.
It goes according to the formula, but it's time somebody did something. It's time somebody did something.
It's time we helped him.
That's it. It's time we helped him. Okay, fine. Thank you. Wonderful.